Live.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Derek Campbell Sr. I'm the CEO of the Derek Campbell Agency here in Fayetteville, Georgia. And I want to say happy Monday to everybody. I'm honored today to be with one of my strategic partners, Myles Jenkins. And Myles is the CEO and president of Pure Heart Agency. And we're here today to talk about how to become an entrepreneur and do the best at becoming one. But before I get started, I want everybody to understand that we deliver when life happens. We're here to help you grow your business and help you become the best version of yourself. And so, before I get started, I want Myles just to introduce himself a little bit more. Myles, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, well, my name is Myles Jenkins. I'm a 28-year-old from Atlanta, Georgia. Got into the business extremely young at 22. And now I have the luxury of sitting at tables like Mr. Campbell, who's been in the business for over 25 years. And I'm just really learning the business. I still consider myself freshly new, even though I'm 5 years in. But now I'm actually now launching my own agency. So we're basically babies in this. So.
Well, good, Myles. I appreciate that. Well, Myles, I just want to have a conversation with you with all the entrepreneurs out there to see how we can help them become a you.
Right.
And so I just want to ask you a series of questions and answer them the best way you can. And so let me take off my glasses so I can see a little bit better. And so, Myles, my first question is this. What inspired you to start your own agency? Why did you want to start your own agency?
Well, what inspired me to start my own agency is this young man right here. He has taught me many things in the 5 years that I've actually gotten it, in the insurance business. But one thing he always taught me is he says, Myles, you never want to just settle or just eventually having a mindset of being an employer. He was like, if you want more, you got to bring more value to yourself. So what does that look like? Become a business owner. Go through the trials and tribulations. Go through adversity. Fight through it, because it's only going to make you a better man and also a better person at business. So that's why I jumped out to become a business owner now.
That is wonderful, Myles. Many people don't have the courage to do what you just said.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you on that. Myles, my next question is this. The name Pure Heart.
Yeah.
That is so different. Where did that name come from and what does it mean?
Well, when I come to sit with my clients, they always say, Myles, like, you have a heart, like a pure heart. And when I think of pure, I think of excellence, I think of integrity, I think of empathy, and all across the board, I think that relates to also not just me as a person, but the business that I want to eventually, create. So we came up with the name Pure Hearts because we really care for your tomorrow. So that's why I came up with the name.
Wow, Myles, that's just wonderful. As you know, in the 5 years you've been in the business, that it's not always an easy road.
Yeah.
Do you not agree with that?
I agree.
So, will you share with the audience what problems does Pure Heart solve for the customer? What problems do you solve?
Yeah, well, we solve 4 problems. The first problem we solve is life insurance. We make sure when we sit down with you, you understand the importance of how value life insurance could be for your family. Because we both know on the east side of this camera, there's 2 things guaranteed, life and death. The second thing we solve, Mr. Campbell, of course, is retirement. We're getting to the age where you now see more baby boomers getting ready to retire. But what's one thing that they all have in common is their biggest fear in retirement is running out of money.
That's correct.
So we help solve that problem by bringing guaranteed income with insurance solutions. Okay. The third thing is also long-term care. Now, most people probably ask the question is, what is long-term care? Mm-hmm. Well, long-term care can be the most detrimental thing for your retirement. Okay, and that's basically when a person cannot do 2 of the 6 daily living habits. And a lot of people don't understand how expensive long-term care can be. And then the fourth thing we solve is we make sure our clients understand the importance of having a comprehensive estate planning, such as, necessarily sitting with an attorney to make sure they look at your portfolio to see if you not necessarily need a will, but also a trust in place.
Okay, that's excellent, Myles. Thank you for sharing that. Along this journey, Myles, like I said, I think it's been 5 years. Was it 6 years now?
5 years.
5 years now. What would you say was your biggest challenge as an entrepreneur starting your own agency? What's been your biggest challenge at this point?
The mindset shift.
Oh, wow.
The mindset shift. You go from being someone who's looking to get paid on the 1st and the 15th of the month, and you're happy with that, to the point now where you literally have to go hunt and kill for what you're going to eat for today, pay the bills with. And that could be a challenging thing. I know, especially when you start feeling those bills and that pressure come down on you. And you're like, where are these finances going to come from?
Amen.
But you just kind of put the mindset together to make it happen.
Yeah, I can recall that myself, Myles. I've been in business a long time, and I can recall how that feels. So I definitely concur with you on that. Let's go to the next question, though, Myles. As an entrepreneur, as a new business owner, as a CEO, as you know, and we talked about this many times, sales is something that you have to grow when you do that. What strategies do you use to help attract the right customer to Pure Heart? Because we want the right customer.
Right.
Because we want to help everybody.
Yeah.
But everybody doesn't want to be helped.
Right.
So how do you find the right customer?
That's a great question, Mr. Campbell. The first thing I do is I use my own clientele. I feel like your best client is the one that you already have on the books. And I know if I take care of them, they're going to also relay the message to their loved ones.
That's good.
I do a great job with finding referrals. And I think referrals are basically really the best sale because all you're doing is getting introduced and you're providing the same service you did for your client. The second thing that I also do is when I'm out and about, I make sure I have to speak to someone. Mr. Campbell does a great job of always saying where you spend your money, get to know that person. Now, I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm working on it. But it has allowed me to definitely grow in the aspect of insurance because I'm not just looking at it from a transactional standpoint of me just going in there and you giving $1. I'm looking at it as like who's the person I'm actually spending my money with. And that's where it comes to.
Great. Well, thank you for that, Myles. Continuing on the agency of Pure Heart, what makes Pure Heart different from your competitor? What separates you guys?
That's another great question.
Okay.
Well, I think what separates Pure Hearts from our competitors is we focus more on the relationship than the transaction.
Okay.
We're never transactional with this because we understand insurance. Sometimes people say, oh, there goes the insurance man. He's trying to sell me something. No, we're about educating. It's my job to make sure I leave you better than how I found you. And if that's not even with you becoming a client, I can at least say, I gave them some information that they could use going forward and share with their other loved ones and generations.
Can you give us an example in terms of your processes that you use that other agents may not use?
Yeah. Well, the first process is we do what we call a two-step sales process here at the agency.
Okay.
The first thing we do is we do what we call a 4 crucial areas presentation, where we go over the areas such as the life insurance, retirement, long-term care, and estate planning. And when we do that, we're not just giving statistics. I'm actually asking the client, share what you have already experienced with these 4 areas. I want to make it emotional for them so they can get that feeling. The second thing after we get that, we do what we call a needs analysis, where we basically do a fact finder of gathering all the information needed so we can go back to our advisory team to find the best fit solution for that client. And I think a lot of agencies, they don't do that. It's like the client calls, I need life insurance, I'm quick to quote.
Gotcha.
Are you actually doing the best service for your client when you're doing that? And I think we've actually learned that within our systems now.
That's good, Myles. That's very good. People go into business for many reasons. Right. It could be financial, it could be helping somebody. But Myles, how do you measure success? What's success for Myles Jenkins?
Yeah, well, my success, from the famous words of Mr. Campbell, my success is measured by my activity and attitude. I know every day if I get up, I have to be positive. I have to set the bar, especially as an agency owner. Okay. But then when you look at your numbers and you realize why you're not hitting your numbers, you gotta look at your activity. Am I speaking to enough people? Okay. So that's how I measure success at the end of the week, when I'm actually have a activity tracker where I see how many people I spoke with, how many people I scheduled appointments with, how many sales did I complete? Did I hit 24 every day? All your activity should be written down on paper because that's how you measure success.
That's good, Myles.
Yeah.
That's very good, but thank you for sharing that. Well, Myles, we're all human though.
Yeah.
We are. And sometimes as a leader, I've heard this said, I've read it many times, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me, sometimes leadership at the top can be lonely.
Yes, it can.
So when you having those moments, how does Myles motivate Myles? What do you do?
Well, the first thing I do is I pray to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm very Christian based here, and also my partners are as well. But I make sure I stay in that mindset because if I get to the point where it's out of my control, I try not to focus that on myself anymore. I literally pray and I ask for motivation. The second thing that I do is I go back to my goals and my why. Why am I doing this? You know, what's the end goal for this? So I'm constantly reading that, and that gives me the fire that I need to constantly move forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Myles, you said something earlier that I want to repeat. You talked about the mind shift, the shift in your mind, as well as the motivation.
Mm-hmm.
And every entrepreneur has to face that challenge.
Yeah.
And their success in that area is based on how well you face that challenge and turn that shift back towards the positive. Because if you stay down in that valley, you know it gets
bad.
It gets bad.
Yeah.
So we don't want to stay down there. Myles, talk to me about, you know, you and I have known each other 5-6 years now. Talk to me about our partnership. What has it meant to you? And I'm gonna tell you what it's meant to me. So tell me what it's meant to you.
Well, it's the best partnership I've ever had. Seriously, when I really say that, it's because it not just only helped me within business, but it helped me as a man.
Okay.
And I think that's one thing that you do so effortlessly, Mr. Campbell, is you teach young men how to learn business and also, of course, you know, basketball through Christ.
Right.
But it has helped me so much because it gave me the confidence that I need to not care what kind of background that I have. You know, I'm not just looking at it as from a standpoint where it's like I got to be educationally sound within the classroom. But if I'm self-educated, I can basically do all things. Okay. And I think that's what the DCA brings, the motivation, and it sets the tone because it's like he set the standard. I see what the standard looks like every day when I come into the office. He's dressed in a suit. You know, I know the office is clean. I know he's ready to go. So that goes a long way.
Okay. Well, Myles, you know, I like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I met Myles about 5 years ago, and very impressed. I mean, the young man was just very impressive, and to this day, he's been willing, he's able, and he wants to get the job done. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate our relationship. It helps me stay in tune. You know, I'm one of those baby boomers that sometimes can be stubborn myself, but Myles, he always brings a new light to the situation, so we can continue our relationship. And we got big plans together, so I'm excited about that. All right, Myles, let's do a little thinking here. Let's look down the road 5 years from now. I know you're 27 now, right?
Yeah, 28.
28.
Yeah.
So you'll be 33.
Right.
Oh my God, 33.
Yeah.
I'm never 22.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be 33. Where's Pure Heart going to be, and where's Myles Jenkins going to be?
Pure Hearts is going to be everything that I wrote down because I am speaking this in existence, you know, constantly. I don't want to find partners that just to say, like, I help them get their insurance license. I want people on the same mission of where Pure Hearts is headed. So what does that look like? Even if you're in another state, I want to find individuals that are similar to myself because I know it takes an entire village to do something meaningful.
Okay.
I can't do everything on my own, and I don't want to do everything on my own.
Okay.
So within 5 years, I can definitely see the agency growing with many more partnerships. But I also see this guy right here still sitting here in my corner because I told him he can't go anywhere right now while I'm in business. So that's where I see him.
Congratulations to you, Myles. Well, Myles, I'm going to ask you one more question. And, you know, on the DCA YouTube channel, we're about helping people, inspiring people. So, Myles, you know, we got 100 people watching, other young men who are 22,
right? Yeah.
Who are thinking about what to do. Should they go into entrepreneurship? Should they get a 9-to-5? Or whatever the case may be. What advice would you give them as they look to inspire their career and move forward in life?
Yeah, that's a great question. And for all those individuals, my answer would be, is to number one, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do you really want? What do you really want in life? And whatever that is, go for it. Jump out there. Don't put 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Don't tiptoe around it. Literally jump in it. You know, I think we use social media as a platform or we see all the individuals showing their success. And that's fine, but do not look at it as the actual reality. Experience the failures, learn from it, use that and feed that off yourself where you're like, okay, number one, the best thing that I learned from this is I at least tried. You know, I gave it an attempt, but where can I learn and who do I need to partner with so I cannot make the same mistakes? The best teacher in your life is your own experience. I've heard it saying, none of us know who we are until we fail. Wow. Every man's defined by their reaction to any given situation. So who do you want to define you? Someone else or yourself? That's what I would say.
Wow. Well, I want to thank everybody for attending. I had an opportunity to talk with a very successful entrepreneur, Myles Jenkins. He's the CEO of Pure Hearts Agency. As I stated earlier in the video, I'm Derek Campbell Sr., and I'm the CEO of the Derek Campbell Agency. And let me just tell everybody out there that anything you want out of life, you can get yourself.
Absolutely.
But understand something, as Myles stated earlier, it takes a village. So the importance of partnering with individuals are very important. I want everybody to like this video, share it, subscribe to this video, and we deliver when life happens. Thank you.
Thank you.